Hello! Today we are going to read the book Cute Mommy, Lost and Found. Gold Mask of Cute Mommy. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The king is dead. Tutankhamen is dead. The boy king is dead. The Nile travels through Egypt. King Tutankhamun was only 18 years old. His wife and family are very sad to lose him. But the Egyptians are glad for the king. They believe the spirit will travel to a wonderful place, the land of the dead. There the king will do all the things he loved to do when he was alive. He will feast and play games. He will go hunting and fishing. His spirit will be happy forever. Tutankhamun will need many things in the land of the dead. He will need food and furniture and clothing. He will need games and jewelry. All these things must be borrowed with him. A golden necklace that belonged to the king. It's awesome. A game board buried with the king. Most of all, the king will need his body. The Egyptians believe a spirit cannot live without his body. So, dead bodies are dried out to last forever. They are turned into mummies. Priests come to the place. They say prayers for the king. Then they dry out the king's body. They use a special kind of salt called natron. It takes many days. The mummy is wrapped in yards of fine clothes. More than 100 jewels and charms are tucked in the folds. The charm will keep evil spirits away from the king. It takes 70 days to make a mummy, but finally the mummy is ready. Now it is time for the funeral. It is time for the king's spirit to travel to the land of the dead. Tutankhamun mummies must be kept in a very safe place. At one time, Egyptian kings were buried in giant pyramids, but robbers broke into all of them. They stole the treasure, so Tutankhamun will be buried in a secret underground tomb. The king's funeral began. A long parade walked slowly to the Nile River. The king's gold coffin shines in the sun. The young queen walks nearby. She prays aloud. The Egyptians believe some gods take the shape of animals, so they are present in leopard skins and animal masks. They chant and sing. One priest wears the mask of a dog. He is supposed to be Anubis, the god of mummies. Women cried and tear at their clothing. They are showing how sad they are to lose their king. Behind them, some hundred of servants. They carry the king's treasure. They carry chests of clothes and jewelries. They bring weapons and chariots. They carry baskets of flowers to food and wine. The servants also bring hundreds of tiny statues. These statues are supposed to turn into magic servants in the land of the dead. There they will serve the king. Beautiful boats carry the people and the treasure across the river. They are going to a rocky desert valley. The king's coffin is put onto a kind of sled. It is pulled up a rocky path. The people follow behind. It is hot and dusty. They walk for miles. Finally, they reach the secret entrance to the valley. Here is the royal graveyard. Priest guard is day and night. An opening has been cut into the rocky ground. A fire burns beside it. This is Tutankhamun's secret tomb. The priests pray. They touch the mouth, eyes, and ears on the mummy. Now the king's spirit can speak and see and hear. The mummy is put in the coffin and carried inside the tomb. With it goes all the king's treasure. A great funeral feast begins. There is music and dancing. There is food and wine. At last, the feast is over. The entrance to the tomb is filled up with stones. Now the tomb is hidden. Perhaps this will keep robbers away. Everyone goes back across the river. They are happy now. The king is on his way to a new life. Two, the Lost King. More than 3,000 years go by. The giant pyramids still stand in the desert. But Egypt's great days are long gone. Rulers from other lands had taken over. The old beliefs are gone. No more kings are buried with treasure. No more mummies are made. Tutankhamun's name is forgotten. So in his tomb, then in his 1,800 years, something happens. People become interested in ancient times. Travelers pour into Egypt. They visit the temples and pyramids. They all try to bring something back. Pottery, beads, statues, even mummies. Some of the visitors are archaeologists, archaeologists. There are scientists who dig in the earth to find clues to the past. They travel far from the Nile. They go into the desert. They dig in the sand. They uncover forgotten temples. They find beautiful wall paintings and strange statues of animals and gods. The archaeologists find mummies, thousands of them. There are mummies of men, women, and children. There are even animal mummies, mummy cats, mummy bulls, mummy crocodiles, even mummy insects. It is awesome. Every archaeologist dreams of finding the tomb of the king, a tomb that has never been robbed. Scientists began to dig in a lonely valley. It is called the Valley of the King. One man uncovers a hidden tomb. It belongs to a famous king. Soon dozens of other tombs are discovered. But the tombs are all empty. Robbers looted them long, long ago. By 1900, most people have given up on the valley. Every inch has been dug up. They say no other tombs are there. But one English archaeologist does not agree. His name is Howard Carter. He thinks the king is still buried in the valley, Tutankhamun. 3. The search. Other scientists think Howard Carter is foolish. The valley is empty. They're sure of it. But Howard is stubborn. He first came to Egypt when he was only 17 years old. For years, he worked in the valley. He knows it very well. He is sure Tutankhamun's tomb is there. And he is going to find it. Some clues have been found: a cup, a few jars, some thin sheets of gold, and All of them bear the name Tutankhamun, but all the clues were found near the empty tomb of other king. Too near, everyone says. The Egyptians wouldn't put two tombs so close together, would they? This is Lord Carnarvon. Lord Carnarvon. Howard does not listen to anybody. And he's lucky. He met a rich Englishman who believed in him. The man's name is Lord Carnarvon. He gives Howard the money he needs to start his search. Howard hires 50 men. Then he sets out for the valley. It is a terrible place. There are no trees or glass, just rocky cliff and sand. It is burning hot, dry and dusty. The rocks give no shade, but they're good hiding places for snakes and insects. Howard doesn't mind. He and his men start to work. It is hard and slow. The men fill baskets with stone and sand. They carry them off and empty them. Then they come back for more. We find the tomb of Tutankhamun. At last they hit something, but it is not a king's tomb. They found some old stone huts. Howard is very disappointed. He moves to a different part of the valley. He digs there for 5 long years. What does he find? Nothing. Oh, poor Howard Carter. I think this is a Tutankhamun's mummy, but it is only just a hut. Finally, Lord Carnarvon has had enough. He wants to give up, but not Howard. He begs for one more try. He remembers the stone huts. He wants to dig under them. It is one place no one has ever tried. Lord Carnarvon agrees, but this is Howard's last chance. Ooh, this is a Tutankhamun's mummy inside a grave. But this is Howard's last chance. Howard buy a golden canary for good luck. And in November 1922, he and his men start digging again. On the 3rd day, Howard and his men find the step. It is cut right into the rock. They uncover another and another. They have found a whole stairway, and it leads to a secret door. Howard is burning with excitement. What is behind the door? But he cannot forget Lord Carnarvon. Lord Carnarvon is far away in England. He will want to be there too. Howard sends his friends the thrilling news. Lord Carnarvon set out right away, but there aren't many airplanes in 1922. He has to come by ship, train, another train, and last by donkey. It takes 2 whole weeks. Finally, the two men stand before the secret door. Howard sees some writing the has not noticed before. There is a name, Tutankhamun. For discovery. Carefully, Howard makes a hole in the door. He holds a candle to opening. Lord Carnarvon is just right behind him. Do you see something? He asked. Howard cannot speak. Then he talks out some words. Yes, he said. Wonderful things. There are golden chariots, jeweled chests, couch in the shape of animals. There are vases and statues. Everything glitters with gold. The first room of treasure that Howard found. It has many treasures. I think this is a gold chest. And I couldn't know this. Tutankhamun's throne. Soon Howard is standing inside the tomb. He's almost afraid. The air smells sweet from ancient vernal flowers. Time seems to melt away. He feels as if the king were buried only a moment ago. He sees 2 statues of the king big as life. He sees Tutankhamun's golden throne. Excitement takes over. Treasure is all around him. It is piled to the ceiling, and there are doors to still more rooms. One of them are sealed shut. Howard is sure the king's mummy is somewhere behind it, waiting. Map. All the rooms in the king's tomb. Five. The king is found. The discovery of the tomb makes headlines all over the world. It is the greatest treasure ever found. Howard Carter becomes famous, and so does Tutankhamun. Newspapers call him King Tut for short. and supply, and suddenly his name is everywhere, on the radio, in the movies, even in the songs and jokes. And everyone wants to wear Egyptian-style clothes and jewelry. Howard wants to open the sealed door right away, but first hundreds of treasure must be cleared out, and they must be moved very, very carefully. Howard has learned this the hard way. Once he touched the beaded necklace. The thread turned to dust. Beads scattered everywhere. Howard had to pick up each one with a tweezer. All 371 beads. It takes months to clear the tomb, but finally, Howard is ready to find the king's mummy. Very carefully, he opens the sealed door. At first, he sees only a wall of gold. It is a huge golden cabinet. Inside the cabinet is a great stone box. And in the box, there's 3 beautiful coffins, each coffin nested tight inside the other. The picture below shows how it looks. The picture below shows how it looks. The last coffin is made of solid gold, more than 200 pounds of it. Slowly, Howard takes out the gold nails. It is a special moment. Once Tutankhamun was just a name to him. Now he has seen the king's face on statues and carvings. He had touched the king's desert belongings, his robes and sandals, his games, the chair he sat on as a small child. Howard at work on the 3rd coffin. This is just mummy. And this is a golden coffin. Tutankhamun's gold mask. Howard raises the golden lid. There is a mummy of the king. It wears a beautiful gold mask. Beneath the mask, the mummy is covered with clothes. Gently, Howard takes the clothes away. This is the face of the dead king for the first time. It is the face of a young man. He looks calm and peaceful. It is hard for Howard to understand that even now people fear the king's mummy. They believe it has magic powers. The story starts because Lord Carnarvon dies not long after going into the tomb. He dies from a bad insect bite, but newspapers say it is because of the mummy curse. But they say Tooth is mad that his tomb has been opened, and now he has gotten back at Lord Carnarvon. Howard does not believe mummies have magic powers. After all, he is the one who opened the tomb, not Lord Carnarvon. And Howard is fine. In fact, he lived for many years. Howard sends the treasures to a museum. He wants scientists to study them. He wants millions of people to enjoy them. But he feels there is only one place for King Tooth mummy. King Tooth will stay where he has rested for 3,300 years. He will stay in his royal tomb. Most people feel that no one will ever find another wonderful royal tomb in Egypt. Some do not agree. They are in the Valley of the Kings today searching. And at least one royal tomb has never been found. The tomb of King Tooth's father. I'm surprised with this sentence. And at last, one royal tomb has never been found. The tomb of King Tooth's father. Has a father too, right? But he has a royal tomb too. Now it is the end of Tooth Mummy Lost and Found. Are you enjoy this? Bye. See you next time.